And we are live.
All praises. All praises. What's going on, everybody? I'm Shazay LRA with my brother Abraham Yasharala. We're doing something a little different tonight. Um, and we want to give everybody a little chance. I know there's a little delay. So we're going to give everybody a little time to come in here. And then we'll kind of get to it, get to the discussion. Um, but again, if you are with us, and it's your first night with us. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday night. Anybody that studies with us knows that we don't go live on Thursday nights. We don't go live on Monday nights. This is something new that we're doing, and it is called the top 10%. Okay, KOI is presenting the top 10%. We're going to discuss relationships. We're going to be discussing relationships. Um, whether it's your husband, your wife, your mama, your son, your daughter, the relationship between brothers, all of that. We're gonna go into all of that tonight. Um, we got this is our initial broadcast, and if everybody could, if you all can hear us, I'm Shazay LRA. I got my brother Abraham Yasharala on here. Um, if you all can hear us and we're clear, please put a 1 in the chat. If you have questions or whatnot about our discussion, please feel free to put those in the chat. Tonight, discussion is about, is he leading you right or right to hell? I just need everybody to thumbs up, get them likes up, love it, share it. This is something new, help your people out. We're trying to build the kingdom up and build our people up, get everybody on one accord, try to fix some of these relationships, some of them. Okay, we're not going to be able to, of course, fix them all, but for the most part, we'll be able to do our part, and we just need you all to do yours. So if everybody's patient with us, we're going to go ahead and make sure and share the broadcast. We're going to get better and better at this. Okay. Of course, this is something, again, this is something new. I appreciate you all joining us tonight. We're looking to do this every Thursday night, every Monday night and Thursday night. And we see if we can help fix some relationships, eh? We'll see if we can help fix some. The ones that want fixing.
Absolutely.
Some of our people don't want fixing. They don't want fixing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I got to be honest, man. I used to be like that back in the day when I was in the world. Nobody could tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? The mistakes I made always had to do with the other person. Never had to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And if it did have to do with me, well, we arguing over that anyway. So it ain't gonna matter if it had to do with me, because I'm gonna argue with you anyway. So, we just gotta change our way of thinking as a people. Okay. Shalom, sis. Shalom. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got to change our way of thinking. We got to change our way of doing things here. Okay. And Abe, I'm gonna go ahead and share the broadcast. If you give me a minute or so. We're gonna get it right. Our people gonna get it right one way or another. The long way or the short way. We're gonna get it right.
Con, you want me to share it, or are you going to go ahead and share it?
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now. So we can go ahead and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Just want to go ahead and make sure we put it out. We're gonna do better. We're gonna do better with our technicals. We got so many options, man. I didn't know we had so many options available to us. I had no idea, you know.
Okay.
Um, and again, everybody, we're gonna get started in a few minutes. Everybody, come on in. Please like and share and subscribe to our channel. Um, please reach out to us in the chat. Let us know some of the topics that you come across when it comes to, um, this one. This one is really dealing with the brothers and the sisters, um, and building up these relationships because brothers gotta brothers either gotta lead right or get out of the way, and our sisters are gonna have to recognize the difference. We're gonna get started here in a second. Yeah, we're gonna get started in a second. All right, all right, all right. Let's yes indeed, sis. The delusion is very real. The delusion is very real. I agree. I agree. And that is a lot of the problems that we having with our people today. Men and women, but we're dealing with the brothers tonight. All right, we're dealing with the brothers. So, sisters, tonight is your night to truly get an understanding of the way in building things up from a righteous perspective, so it'll last, so it'll be fulfilling. Um, some people say all you need is love, and that's not true. That's just not true. Okay. Um, like I said, we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Okay. All right. All right, my good brother. Um, so one of the things that we discussed was regarding me and my when I say we, me and the brothers here with our body. Those of you that don't know, we are part of a Israelite congregation, but tonight is not Bible study. This is about our relationships. And we talked about a moral compass. Okay. We talked about a moral compass when it comes down to relationships because it's easy to say that you want to be in a relationship. It's another thing to say that you're prepared to be in a relationship. Okay. Um, a lot of people want to be in relationships, but everybody's not prepared to be in one. When we look at a moral compass is simply something that governs your behavior. It governs your behavior. What is the measuring stick that governs your behavior? Okay. In every situation in life, please get them likes up. Everybody, please like, share, and subscribe. Help your people out. We want to fix this nation. We want to build our people up and help them get some understanding here. Okay. So when we spoke about this and we spoke about the topics that we're going to be dealing with, we spoke about what's going to build our people up. Because a lot of our people right now, we think that voting is going to help fix us. We think that politics, somehow the so-called white man is going to come in, swoop in and save our people, and we're going to fix it. Okay. Somehow, some way, the system of society is going to fix our people. That's not going to happen. What has to happen is our moral compass has to change. Our way of thinking has to change. Okay. Um, when we spoke about this in the direction that we were going, I talked to Abraham about it, and I said, well, we need to have an understanding here. We need to give it, a title, and the title of it is the top 10%. It's like, and I heard your clock ticking too, Abe. It was like, well, what's the top 10%? What is that? What is that? Okay, well, I'm glad you asked. When we start talking about the top 10%, you're basically looking at a percentage of people here on the planet. 33% of those people are going to be the chosen people that are going to come back to who they are, follow the Most High, and fix themselves, build themselves up and the people around them, and come back to this truth. And they'll be the leading people. They'll be the best of the best when it comes down to dealing with each other in relationships. So, for example, I'll put it this way. I'm not going to break out the numbers tonight, but you guys are going to get the numbers. And when y'all see the numbers are very disparaging of our people and what we're facing in this society, as far as the amount of men that are in jail, the amount of men that are suffering from mental illness, the amount of men that are in poverty, homeless, the amount of men that either have a felony and can't get a job, and then you have another amount of men who are homosexual, who don't want you for nothing but being a friend. Okay. And I'm talking to the sisters. I got to be honest with you. And then you have another percentage of men who simply do not deal with their own people. They simply just date outside of their own nation or race. Okay. We're trying to deal with how the man is leading. Okay. Now, when it comes down to a moral compass, I want to make sure we understand something real quick. Okay. When you deal with us, even though we can definitely talk to our people, take questions on, deal with you and meet you where you're at, our moral compass comes from a moral compass that was subscribed and put together by the Heavenly Father for our people. That's our moral compass. Our moral compass was actually put together from the beginning. And I want to share something real quick. And when we start talking about a moral compass and men leading, I'm going to read something out of the scriptures when it comes down to the roles of a husband or a man. Okay. And I'm going to read Ephesians chapter 5, verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, I'm going to jump to 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. Am I jumping ahead, Abe? You trying to get that on the screen?
No,
Or you
no.
good?
Yeah, I'm
You
good.
good? Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Verse 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own body. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. Verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished it and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. So what we see is a premise of the essential foundations of marriage. Okay. I could go to Genesis and read what the judgments were to Adam, which talked about the responsibility of the man when it comes down to his leadership. Now, when you start talking about what Christ did for the church, he laid down his life. He gave his life for the church. As a husband, you are supposed to be willing to take a bullet for that woman. Okay. If you are not willing to take a bullet for that woman, why are you laying with her? Why are you playing house? Why are you telling her that you want to be with her for the rest of your life when you and the Heavenly Father both know those aren't your intentions? Okay. Now, we're speaking strictly from a perspective of leading as a man. Okay. Um, when we start talking about these percentages and these numbers, it basically boils down to um, who's going to be successful and who's not. I'm just going to say it like that. Who's going to be successful and who's not. And what we're going to do is we're going to give an example of some things. And I like to use this show called Paternity Court with real life situations that speak about how these relationships come to be. Because even at the end of Paternity Court, you see that the problems in the relationships, and we're going to point them out. We're going to point them out. Okay. Abe, if we could get that clip, let's go ahead and get that. All right. So, everybody, please feel free to put some comments in there. Feel free to like and share. Okay. We have so many of our men who don't get enough counsel, who don't get enough understanding when it comes down to how to lead. And we just want to create a snapshot and give you all a snapshot of what you all could be seeing. Okay. Now, fair use. That's what we're doing here. Go ahead, Abe. We go ahead and skip through that and we'll start at the very beginning of that.
You may be seated.
This is the case of House versus Webster and Miles Jones.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're
Good day, everyone. Mr. House, you're a church pastor and bishop who may have fathered a child with a woman who's 28 years younger than you.
Stop.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Webster, you admit you were involved with three different men
Stop it right
during the
there.
time you conceived your daughter, including...
Stop right there. Okay. So you could just pause it. You're able to pause it, right?
Con, I got you.
Okay. So the first thing that we see here is a man that is a pastor that may have fathered a child with a woman that is 28 years younger than him. Okay? Go ahead and play the clip, bro.
Church pastor and bishop who may have fathered a child with a woman who's 28 years younger than you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Webster, you admit you were involved with three different men during the time you conceived your daughter, including Mr. House.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the second possible father you've identified, Mr. Miles Jones, is 9 years older than...
Now, you have a sister right here, 28 years younger than this so-called pastor, who is supposed to be a leader. Now, being a leader, instead of you understanding, what's going on in the young lady's life, you take it upon yourself to find out what's going on in the bedroom, right? Watch this. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead and play it up.
You, and he's currently waiting outside of the courtroom.
Yes.
So, Mr. House, first explain to the court, how did this all start between you and Ms. Webster?
It started
Uh-oh.
with me leaving an assignment that I had in Jacksonville, moving to Buffalo,
Man
New York,
lost him.
a new assignment as a pastor. I'm a bishop, but I'm also a traveling pastor. But I'm also a man. I want to stress that right away, that I'm a man and I have manly needs. So it
Okay.
doesn't mean I don't see a woman, but I'm also a pastor. I met her. We began to talk, began to enjoy each other. I liked her company. We shared some tragedies together. She went through a tragedy. She lost her mom. I went through tragedy. I lost my child. And it just kind of brought a connection. There was a connection. I thought she was hot. And we exchanged numbers. And after exchanging numbers, I decided that I wanted to follow up.
Stop. Stop right there. Stop right there. Everybody see that? He said we sat down, we exchanged numbers, we had a date, we were messing around. I thought she was hot. He thought she was hot, right? Okay. You thought she was hot. She's 28 years younger than you. Clearly got some issues going on. But as a man, as a man in leadership that's supposed to be building in this kind of wisdom, you don't even take the time to try to understand it, right? Go ahead, play on, brother.
We set a date for the following week and we went out and, we just had a great time together.
Did you think it was a committed relationship?
No.
You didn't?
No. But as time began to go along, I began to think that, maybe in the right atmosphere, we could probably, make a relationship and go a little bit further as time went along.
So, Ms. Webster,
Okay, stop. Stop right
please
there.
talk a little bit about the relationship.
So he never once approached this young lady from a perspective of having a relationship. Sisters, I want to tell y'all something. If these men are not approaching you from the level of having a relationship with you, they are not trying to marry you. Okay? We're talking about marriage here. All right? We're not talking about jumping from bed to bed. Okay? Here's the issue. When you deal with men that are supposed to be seeming to be older, they're supposed to have a certain level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? A certain level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that can help guide you and make you a better woman. If they're not approaching you on the level of marriage, they're approaching you on the level of laying with you, and that's it. You're not going to have no problems having nobody sleeping with you. Your problem is going to be having somebody to marry you. And that's what we're looking at right here. Okay. You got anything, Abe?
No, I'm catching up with the story.
Con, go ahead, brother. Go ahead and play that.
Relationship as you saw it.
We met through my aunt. We met at a church. It was supposed to be like a Bible study thing, but instead of that, it was like more, it led on to sexual, unprotected sex
Stop.
instead.
I didn't meet
Stop.
her. I met her.
You see that? It was supposed to be Bible study. But it led to unprotected sex.
Con.
Now, I'm not here right now to bang on the Christian church. I'm here to bang on this man's leadership. Okay? Because if you are a man and you know that what you're dealing with your people, and clearly he knew he was going to take advantage of this young lady. Okay? And she of course, yeah, she may not have had a problem with it, but at the same time, you got to realize that a lot of our women that are in her position, that are dealing with somebody that's like 28 years older than them, it's really a cry for help. A lot of these young ladies didn't have a father in their life. They don't have any men in their life that they can trust. Our people were taught that we can trust pastors, policemen, teachers, firemen. We were taught that you could trust the bishops and the pastors in the church. And that's probably what she was thinking. But it's the same old in her life. Now she's in paternity court, trying to figure out who's her baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, brother.
At a fast food joint, and we exchanged a number.
That's real young.
We
We met at church.
looked at each other, and quickly she became a hoochie, and that's what it was all about.
Excuse me, Bishop House. Is that proper language to use for a young woman?
Well, you know, in Hosea chapter 4, God called Gomer a whore.
No.
Stop right there.
Oh,
You see what he did?
Yeah. Now you want to go to scripture to justify it.
You see what he did?
Yeah, he did that quick. He could quote that book, chapter, and verse. He probably studied up on it.
Yeah. He was quick to that one.
Yeah.
Right? Quick to that one, just to justify calling her out her name. Right? And see, this is what we're pointing at. This is what we're talking about right here in leadership, as far as men leading you. And trying to recognize it. If you watch the brother got he probably got the Armani suit on, probably smelling like Dolce and Gabbana, right? Smooth tongue, serpent, right? Talked her right out of everything that he wanted from her. And now we're here. But he's the first one to want to call her a hoe. But you laid with her. You laid with her. Okay. So technically, if you want to stay biblical, technically that's your wife that you calling a hoe. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Continue. We're not getting no volume, brother.
Just a hookup.
It was
just saying you met her at a fast food place. She's saying you all were at church, but regardless, you decided to be in a sexual relationship. Was it more than a sexual relationship?
No,
or
just a hookup.
It was
just a hookup.
It was a booty call.
And you agreed with that.
Stop,
that it was
stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. You see what he's doing? Now he pointing at her.
Right.
But you the man in the relationship. You see, what our women have to understand about the wolf, and the sister said it good, wolf in sheep's clothing, right? What our women have to understand about our men is that a lot of the men are broken as well. A lot of them hate their own mothers. They never did anything but run through women. Then when it's time to meet you, you hear the right things, but you never try the man, okay? You never try the man to see if he's genuine about the things that he's going to say. If he's coming at you from a perspective of laying with you, he is not coming at you from the perspective of marrying you. You're not going to have no problems with nobody laying with you, okay? I'm telling you that now. And that's where a lot of our women had a problem. They can't see the difference. You're not going to have no problems with somebody wanting to sleep with you. Women been knowing that since you're in high school. But see, you get up here and Pastor Porkchop is 28 years older than you, invite you to Bible study, and want to have some anointing in the back. You got to be able to see through it. You know, as women, if that man's not trying to lead you the right way, he's leading you the wrong way. Okay. You got anything?
No, just to harp on what you're saying. Yeah, if he's not trying to lead you in the right way, he's definitely leading you the wrong way.
These things seem pretty plain and simple, but obviously they're not, because we're kind of rewinding time to where these people got to where they are today. Okay, go ahead and you can play the clip, brother.
It
People
was
well.
just a
It was
sexual
just a sexual relationship.
casual,
Like,
no commitment.
no commitment.
So, Ms. Webster, you were in fact sleeping with someone else during that time.
Yes, sure.
But I wasn't.
And who's that person?
Mr. Miles Jones.
Mr. Miles Jones. Now, who is
Stop
he?
right
How
there.
was this a boyfriend? What was?
Yes, he was a.
Stop right there. So, Pastor clearly knew it was a hookup. He knew it was just going to be laying down, whatever, banging bed to bed. He knew that. Now the sister has more than one brother that she's laying with. And now you bringing this man up on charges for being the father, right? Go ahead, continue, bro.
Boyfriend. We knew each other for 5 years, but it was an on and off relationship.
I knew nothing about that, Your Honor, at all whatsoever.
And so you knew Mr. Miles Jones before you ever met Mr. House.
Yes.
Okay. And so admittedly, you were having sex with both of these gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Jerome, I think it's time that we meet Mr. Miles Jones.
Stop right there. So as soon as they start talking about the other man, Pastor's like, oh, I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know. Did you ask? Because clearly she thought she was going to Bible study. Go ahead, brother.
I'll bring you up here right next to the judge. Sit on witness stand.
Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. Please state your name for the record.
Andre Miles Jones.
Mr. Miles Jones. All right, we are here with Ms. Webster. And of course, we are discussing the paternity as it relates to little Emilion.
Yes.
Okay, stop.
So
Stop
was
right
this
there. Stop right there. Now, you see that baby? That baby's going to grow up to be somebody's daughter, to grow up to try to figure out how to have a relationship. And this is the example she's going to look back on her life to give her on how she's supposed to build a relationship. Okay? It's a small snapshot of what we're talking about here. Go ahead, brother.
this a relationship or was this just casual sex? What were you guys doing?
It was, at first it started off as casual sex for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then I started catching feelings. She told me that she started catching feelings also, so we made a serious relationship.
So you decided to make it serious.
Yes.
But at some point she started sleeping with Mr. House. Did you know that? You knew?
No, I had no idea.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Everybody see how destroying this is. The young man right there, he's 8 years older than her. The old school Pastor Porkchop is 28 years older than her. You didn't hear anybody say one word about marriage. We haven't heard anybody say one word about marriage. All right, go ahead, brother.
Ms. Webster, you seem like you're the only person in the know.
But there's some differences, Your Honor, when I think that she's with me and when she's with him. I think she's with me for money.
Well, how do you think that when you never gave me a penny?
Because things could be the things that I could do.
But did you do it?
I did. She'll tell you that her phone was off.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
I kept.
Okay, stop right there. You see Pastor Porkchop? You see him? Yeah, there's a difference between why she was with him and why she was with me. She was with me because of money. See that? This is supposed to be your leaders. This is supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be leading her right. She said, you didn't even give me no money. That's right. That's right. A domino effect. That's right. Bring that out. It really does. It really does. He turns around and looks at her and tells the judge, oh, she was with me for money. I don't know what she was with him for. What you think she was with him for? What you think she was with him for? Because it's terrible to sit here and look at our people and think that these things can't be fixed. Some of our people just don't want to be fixed. They don't want our relationships to be built up. Okay, they don't want the men to take the lead. That man is 28 years older than her. Calls himself a pastor. Watch this. Go ahead, brother.
Hers on spoiled as well too.
Never. My phone bill was off of 2
I'm
months.
sure
her
glad
phone
your
was
bankroll
not-
is on
her
swole
phone-
for baby Amelia, just in
Right.
case you end up being the father. We know we won't have any problems getting some child support. Now, take me to the moment you find out you're pregnant.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was trying to contact Mr. House. His phone was disconnected. First, one, I never knew he left town. And then I didn't even get in contact to tell him until after I had my baby, which he denied her to the Phyllis. He denied her. He wanted a DNA test. He didn't want nothing to do with my
That's
baby.
not true.
And for his money to be on full when I asked him for diapers and everything, where was they? Because they was nowhere near around.
Stop right there. I believe her. I believe her. I don't see a reason why a young woman wouldn't have problems going to an older man that she could have had a baby with and asking him for diapers. But Pastor said that she was with him for money, denying the baby anyway. How do you lead like that? I mean, even if you're not going to be with the young lady, how do you lead like that? Where's the counsel? Where's the lifting her up as a sister? Where's the sitting down talking to her? You thought she was hot, but didn't want to marry her. You're a pastor. You're supposed to know these scriptures. Go ahead, brother.
I'm the one that turned
Girl,
the
let me
phone
say
on.
this.
That's when I stepped in.
Stop right there.
The paternity.
So the part that we didn't hear right there, because we had a little cutout. The young brother said, right when the pastor wouldn't buy her no diapers, that's when he stepped up. That's when he stepped up. Go ahead, brother.
Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. What happened, Mr. House? So you just up and left town?
No, in fact, I hung around for several weeks, even after my assignment ended, and I never got a phone call from her. No,
so
that
the
was
point is,
after that.
you left the window open. If she really wanted to reach you, she'd be able to find you.
She would be able to
So
find
now,
me.
question: when you left town, did you know she was pregnant?
I had no idea at all whatsoever. She never told me she was pregnant.
When he was in town, I didn't even know I was pregnant.
I just found out less than 30 days ago at the most that she had a baby.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. So look at that right there. The bishop ought to be ashamed of himself, man. Go ahead.
Superiors in my organization, and I got a phone call saying there's some woman saying that you left her with child in New York. I made the phone call, and I was told 30 days ago, just 30 days ago. I have never spoken to her, but last time
I told him that I just had his baby
in August
and he
of
denied
2013. That was the last time we spoke together.
He never.
All right.
Let me just say this, Your Honor. We're here because I made the phone call to come. When I found out immediately,
Exactly, so I didn't
when the
phone.
auntie called me and told me, immediately I called.
So hold on, Mr. Miles Jones. I want to figure out what was happening with you at this time.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. So now, Pastor's got a conscience now, right? Now he's got a moral compass, seeing that he was only looking at this girl as a booty call. A hookup was his words, and a booty call, and she was a hoochie mama, right? These are these are supposed to be leaders. Go ahead, brother.
She's pregnant.
Right.
How?
I came over on a regular hookup to go meet up with her. We was gonna go out, do what we normally do. And then she said to me, I'm pregnant. I said, really? I said, how long? She was like, I'm about 5 to 6 months. I said, so you trying to tell me that it's mine? She said,
5 to 6 months before you told him?
Well, I
So
was
you can
4 to 5
imagine, I didn't
years.
know it all.
So when you
Stop,
told him, I'm pregnant,
stop right
did
there.
you
Stop right there. So you got a situation now where you got a young brother that's seemingly looking like he wants to step up, right? Seemingly looks like he wants to step up. Go ahead.
tell him and you're the father?
No, I told him it's a possibility that he can be my baby's father.
So you can understand now why I have serious doubts on why this
and
child
what
is
you
mine.
told me was that I was the father.
Hold on now. And there's conflicting testimony here. You said she told you you were the father.
Yes, when I
I
asked her, after
never
she told
told
me
you
she
you
was
were
pregnant, I
my
said,
baby father.
well, do you think I'm the father? She was like, well, you are the father. That's why I'm telling you. Because
That's a lie.
still-
When I told him it was a possibility, and when I
Stop.
had her, he was there. He even went.
Stop. Y'all see how damaging this is? How destroying this is? And I gotta be honest, man. This old school pimp has really done a job here. He's really done a job here. And you can clearly, if you'd have just took the time to listen to the sister, you'd have known she was young-minded. She had some things going on. She needed some help with some things. If you'd have took the time to listen, you might have been able to avoid some of this. Go ahead, brother.
Wanted me to give her last name, and he even wanted to sign the birth certificate. I have the information. I have my
He probably
evidence.
did that
He
out of
wanted to do the
kindness
birth
of his heart
certificate,
like
but I told him
did.
I wouldn't go and put
that
his
is
name on the
true.
birth
Let me see
certificate.
that evidence.
That probably
I
did
wasn't
that
gonna
out of
put his name
kindness
on the
of his
birth
heart,
certificate
like
because I wasn't sure
I
if he was
liked
my
her. I
baby
thought she
father.
was nice, and I did things out of kindness of my heart. I think he did the same thing.
Now
Let me look
he's
at this
doing,
birth certificate.
yeah, stop right there. So now pastor's doing things out of the kindness of his heart, right? You see this, right? See, the only reason pastor's standing right there is because his handlers in the church made him go. That's the only reason he's standing there. Okay? Because he already said my superiors reached out to me and told me that you left a woman with child in New York. That's the only reason he's standing there. He didn't come there out of his own free will. As soon as he talked to this woman. Go ahead, brother.
I haven't even seen the birth certificate, but I did sign some papers at Emilian's birth.
Yes, and I told you that your name wasn't going on there because it was a possibility that you was not my baby father.
But I've been there
Father.
since day one.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing listed under the name of father.
Thank you.
But you made her last name Miles Jones.
That's my last name.
Yes. Thank you.
Stop right there.
That's his last.
Stop right there. So he's not listed under the birth certificate, but the baby's got his last name. Okay. We can say what we want to say about this young lady. My thing about dealing with this whole situation is who's supposed to be leading? Who's supposed to be leading the situation? The men are supposed to be leading. The man is supposed to be leading. That man's 28 years older than her and supposed to be a community leader. Tells her to come to Bible study. Next thing you know, they have an unprotected sex. That's the problem. Go ahead, bro.
Name.
I was there. Ever since she told me that she was pregnant when she was 6 months. I was there. I made sure she ate good. I made sure she needed, if she needed money for anything, feet rubs, back rubs. I was there. Emilian is 3 months now. I've been there since day one and before day one.
So stop right there. Stop right there. So this young man, clearly, she doesn't have a rebuttal for that because he has been there. Okay. Trying to lead the situation. Right? Go ahead.
Seems like you're a little emotional now.
No, it's no.
What he's saying is true. Is that correct?
Yes, it's true.
So he has been there.
He's been there.
Were you there when she was born?
Yes.
Then what was the need to even contact me if you was all happy family?
Because there was a possibility.
Possibility.
Why would I not? I want to know who my baby father is. Why not call you and
I'm
let you
just
know?
saying, since you
My baby need a father, period.
Stop right there.
since you
Y'all see Pastor? Abe, you see Pastor? Pastor say, why call me?
He's slick with it. He's slick with it.
Why you even calling me if y'all a family? He 28 years older than her. Mm-mm-mm. Go ahead, brother. We don't have any audio. Yeah, we still don't. We just still don't have any audio. Go ahead and stop it and rewind it a little bit. Mm-mm. No, we still don't hear nothing now. Pastor
Salaki.
something else, man.
Yeah. Salaki, my fault, brother.
Yeah, Pastor something else, man.
Why would I not? I want to know who my baby father is. Why not call you and
I'm
let you
just
know?
saying, since you
My baby need a father, period.
since you triple playing, and there's another possible guy as well too. Remember her, she's triple playing. Let's look at it for what it really is. She's tricking. She's sleeping with this guy, sleeping with me, sleeping with somebody else. If she was happy, then there would be no need for me to be
There is
here.
a need. My baby need her father, not a maybe,
Stop,
a father.
stop right
So
there. So we see clearly what Pastor's about. Clearly what he's about. He making the situation worse. He making it worse. Go ahead, brother.
contacted you because there was a possibility that you was my baby father. So I contacted you to let you know.
And so, Miss Webster, what it sounds like is you realize you made some serious mistakes.
Yes, I
And
realized.
you realize you were sleeping around with way too many men.
Yes, I have.
And now you need to fix this. And a part of fixing it is facing it.
Right.
Stop.
And to find out.
Now, it's easy to call a spade, right? It's supposed to be easy to call a spade. These are the kinds of situations where our moral compass has to come into play. It has to come into question. Okay. It just has to come into question. What is our moral standard going to be? Especially as men. You hear what this young lady's going through. You know she got issues. Again, she probably didn't have a father in her life or a positive male role model, if that. And every man that she knows that she's going to deal with is ready to lay down with her. It's not marriage. It's not marriage, it's hell. Because I guarantee you this, ain't no woman in her right mind want to be in this woman's shoes, standing there looking like this. See, because we don't subscribe to a pitchfork devil burning all day, stabbing you in hell. Hell is a condition that plays out here on earth. You can be in a condition of hell in your own bedroom, just stuck in the house. This young lady's in a condition of hell because she's got to explain to her daughter this situation. And none of the men have time to really think about that because they're too busy doing what a lot of our brothers do. Go ahead, brother.
So
I mean, look, I commend you for having the strength to just come in and face the level of, shame you could probably be feeling over this. This is not something a woman wants to say out loud. But the truth is, if you don't know who your child's father is, you got to be honest and just say, I don't know who he is.
Stop
And
right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. And you know what? The sister giving her tough love. You know, that's what older women are supposed to do. She giving her tough love. You got to face it. You got to face that fact. The problem is she shouldn't have had to face that fact alone. She should have been led in a totally different direction from her elder. And she wasn't. And if she'd have looked at this man suit and then looked at his countenance and his face and thought to herself, is he going to lead me right or right to hell? She might have had a different decision that she would have made. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Continue.
These many men to figure it out.
Your Honor, can I just say this? I hope you can respect the fact, though, that I'm not being malicious, but I have reasonable doubt.
Oh, you absolutely do.
And that's
she
all
has
I was
laid
saying.
that out today.
That's all that I'm saying.
She
I
truly
have doubts.
understands.
When it's time to do whatever needs to be done, that kid.
And you
becomes
understand
mine.
why he has doubts.
yes, but the baby looked like his mom. She looked like his mom.
Oh, so you feel like your child.
Stop right there.
Look,
Stop right there. Now we got to try to cover the shame up a little bit. That's what's going on here. Go ahead.
it's like his mother.
Yes.
When you look at Mr. Miles Jones, do you feel like your child looks like him at all?
My family said he looked.
Your family
like
says?
I'm sure for money, Your Honor, it's going to always look like my mother, look like me, look like Bruce Lee.
What money? I never
received.
received any money. So where's the money coming from? I don't understand it.
Mr. Miles Jones,
Yes.
you're actually hoping this child is yours.
Yes, I am.
Stop
And
right there.
as you look at the child,
That brother said that he's hoping that this little girl is his. Sounds noble. It sounds really noble. The brother wanting to step up. Old school don't want to have nothing to do with it. Pastor want to get back to pimping in the pulpit. He want to get back to shaking dice, going to the strip club, scooping up young girls, inviting them to Bible study, acting like he's doing the work of the Lord. There's a totally different judgment for men like that. And I'm telling you all, we're exposing this on this stage so you sisters can see these men in certain situations for who they are, how they approach you. If they're not coming to you from the perspective of marriage, they're coming to you from the perspective of just laying with you, hitting it and quitting it. What did he say? A booty call. Then turn around and call her a hoochie mama. But he said she was hot in Bible study. Good night. Go ahead, brother.
this beautiful baby, Emilion, do you see yourself?
No.
You don't?
No.
I do. She looks just like you. You look at the nose, look at your nose. Oh, she's cute. She's beautiful. You are a handsome young guy.
And so, Mr. House.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You see Pastor? See Pastor Porkchop?
Man.
Abe, I know you got something, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to the end. I got to hear the end. I got to hear the end.
yo, Pastor say, no, the baby look like you. You know why? Because she get ready to ask him, do the baby look like you? You know, she done already talked about him. Yeah, the baby look like him. Like
Right.
him. Go ahead.
Seriously, when you see the child, this beautiful baby, do you see yourself or any traits from your family?
In all honesty, because I went through the tragedy and I lost a 6-year-old daughter. She was killed as it just comes. I just keep that barrier there. I feel like it's safe for me.
So your thing is, it's easier and safer for your heart not to hope.
Yeah, when I was younger,
And whatever
I was
the
hoping
truth
to have a
is-
child. I didn't have one. So you get to this stage in your life, you just think, okay, that's maybe over with and done. So
Stop right there. Stop right there. So he gets to this point in his life, he thinks, hey, I can't have no more children. That's why he's inviting women over to. Do y'all really believe that that this that this pulpit pimp only did this with this young lady? Do y'all really believe that? He already said, hey, I thought that part of my life was over and done with. He had Bible study trying to knock down women with unprotected sex. This is your pastor. Okay? Front and center, right here. Supposed to be leading. He leading you right to the bedroom. That's what he's doing. And then as soon as you bring up the fact that you're pregnant, oh, that ain't my baby. I need a blood test. Forget about marriage. You can't even get the father to your baby. You can't even get him to help you buy diapers just for mercy. Just, man, you talk about shameful. Go ahead, bro.
the beginning, I was hoping that she was mine, but I just
That's
want to
a lot.
guard my emotions, especially after hearing what I heard today.
That's honest. That's honest. I think we're about ready for the results. Are you all ready to have the results?
Yeah.
Stop right there. Stop. Time for the results. Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I don't care what the results are. Pastor is wicked as hell. Wicked as hell. The delusion is real. It is real. Okay? He's man leading you right to paternity court. Go ahead.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of House v. Webster, Miles Jones.
Okay, so who do y'all think the daddy is?
Yeah, put it in the chat. Who's
Put
the
it in
daddy?
Who's the daddy?
Who's the daddy?
All right, here
Yeah. The
we go.
pulpit pimp is front and center on stage. They made him come. He didn't show up on his own, man. Go ahead.
Pertaining to whether Mr. House or Mr. Miles Jones is the biological father of 3-month-old Emilion Miles Jones, it has been determined that Mr. Miles Jones, you are not her father.
Stop right there. Now, you just killed any real opportunity. Now, any real opportunity of this baby having a father that's going to love her and be there for her, it's done. It's done. He was willing to step up because I believe he really liked this girl, right? He said he caught feelings. He was ready to step up and do what's necessary, and he was doing it. Diapers, food, foot rubs, back rubs, while she banging out the pastor. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it. Free and clear. Go ahead, brother.
In my eyes, that's still my daughter.
Stop right there. Stop now. Stop. Now stop. Okay. So in his eyes, that's still his daughter. That's a very noble thing to say. But I'm gonna tell you something. We all got a plan until life punches us in the face. Okay. Go ahead.
So you plan to still be here for beautiful
Yes.
Emilion?
I've been here this long. Why stop?
That's a great question. Why stop? Do you want to watch Paternity
Okay.
Court TV? Go to
Go ahead. Stop.
paternitycourt.tv to
So
find your local
go
listings.
ahead. Stop. So
In the case of
stop right there. So it always sounds good to be there for the child that's not yours. That does sound good, right? That does sound good. Watch this. Go ahead.
House v. Webster, Miles Jones, as it pertains to Mr. House, It has been determined by this court that you are not her father.
Stop right there. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, right
Stop
there.
it.
Right there. Look at that face. Look, I dodged that bullet.
That's it. Right
Look,
there. Stop. That's it. That's it. You see that? He is never going to talk to her again. And I want to show the next frame so you can see her and pause it on her.
now
Right there.
she got the I don't know who it is now.
She's in hell right there. That's it. That's it right there. No, that's not. No, that's not it. That's not. I don't know who it is. That's I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
That's who I know who it is, and I'm stuck with him.
Oh boy.
See that? Watch. Go ahead and play it.
Miss Webster, do you know who your child's father is?
Yes.
Stop. Stop right there. She knows who he is. You know why? Because she didn't want him to be the father. Because one of these two either had something to help the child or was going to be there. Now, see, the brother on the stage that said he was going to be there for the daughter, he's fine. Like he said, oh, I'll be there for the daughter. But now he'll be there for the daughter if it was the pastor's baby, because he knew pastor wasn't going to be around.
Right.
Now it ain't pastor's baby. Now it's probably the ex-boyfriend's baby. Oh, you mean the one that you was with during such and such that they got history with? That changes the whole dynamic of everything. Of everything. And in the middle of all of that, these children grow up to be people dealing with their parents. Because pastor wanted her to come to Bible study. And then have some anointing in the back. All right. We don't have to get any more of that. I mean, the sister's gonna give her a little bit of advice, but that's about that. It's really hard to look at our people and think that these kind of things that we're seeing, like what we just saw, isn't what's destroying our relationships. Somehow going out and voting for people who can't change none of this fixes our problems as a community. And it doesn't. These kind of things fix our community. Because if that man, that pastor, led that young lady right, she wouldn't be in the position that she's in. Now, I'm not giving no excuses for her, okay? I'm not giving no excuses for her. But as the men in the situation, leading the situation, if you the pastor and you the leader, and you supposed to understand what marriage is. If you're not going to marry these women, leave them the hell alone. Just leave them alone. And that's where our people need to get to, so we can stop playing games with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where we can rise above. That's where the women can be better. We won't have as many damaged women. You won't have as many damaged men out here hurting each other. There's only one top 10%. That top 10% are going to be the top 10% as husbands, as wives, as mothers, as fathers, as sons, daughters, brothers, and sisters. They're going to be top 10% at all of that. We just got to figure out how to do it. And that's a sad case, bro. Go ahead, Abe. You got something? You muted.
Yeah, I'm back.
Mhm.
Salakia. Yeah, as you're looking out in today's society, what you just saw and what we just witnessed is something that's too much of the norm that's happening. Our young sisters are out here; they're being led astray by brothers that are not upright, that are not walking with the Most High, and that are not treating our sisters and giving them a fair shake. So, what I would like to do, now that we have an understanding and looking at different situations of that, maybe let's next Tuesday get into let's take a look at some scriptural evidence of how a man is supposed to carry himself and what he's supposed to be doing. And to be able to give the sister some information on what to look for in a man and how to find out if he's walking upright, and what are the duties of a man and how he's supposed to treat a woman and what he's supposed to bring to the table.
Right.
Because I
Right.
think as we deal with life experience as men ourselves and looking back at our some of our past and seeing how the scriptures came alive in our lives and brought us into truth and learning how to walk upright as a man. And maybe we can help a couple of the brothers if they're under the sound of our voice. If some of the sisters would share to some of the brothers that think that might need to hear this broadcast. Um, you know, I think sometimes in society, men don't know how to be men. I think because so many of our fathers were gone, and the streets basically raised a lot of us. I think a lot of men don't know what it is to be a man. They've had the wrong influence. They've had the wrong tutors and instructors and role models. So I think it's
Right.
important as we look at these different things, in the dynamic of being a man and dealing with a woman. I think it's important to walk and correlate them with the scriptures.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. That and that's that moral compass we're talking about. A lot of people, whether you subscribe to being an Israelite, whether you subscribe to being a Christian, African American, whatever
Yeah,
you subscribe yourself to, you have to have a moral compass.
absolutely.
There has to be something that governs your behavior. There's got to be some kind of fence line, things that you won't cross, things that you won't do. And this is what we're bringing to the forefront in our relationships. And
Yeah,
and as you just saw, that young lady, she was led right to hell, man,
right, right,
right to hell.
right,
And there's no way you can tell me, looking at that young lady's face, um, she might be unfixable.
right,
And the pastor was involved in all of that.
right.
He was involved in all of that.
Yeah, and then these are the dealings. I mean, if you go back, I'm sure if you look at the history of the young lady, she's 20 years old, so you can see that something wasn't right with her daddy,
Right.
because she's looking for love in all the wrong places, and she's
Hmm.
being manipulated by men that have no moral compass,
Right.
no wherewithal to walk upright like they're supposed to be.
Right. Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, do we got anybody with any questions? Anybody want to come bring any comments real quick before we sign off tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the chat. Um, we'll give you a couple of minutes if anybody wants to come in and comment on the broadcast tonight. Again, tonight is Kingdom of Israel United Worldwide. We're talking about the top 10%. Is he leading you in the right way or is he leading you to hell? What type of guy are you looking at? What type of man are you dealing with? Is he leading you the right way or are you just going through the motions with him? And we believe as the children of the Most High that our sisters are supposed to be with kings. Um, they're supposed to be treated like queens. Um, and if you're not being treated like a queen, you need to, reevaluate. And brothers, if you're out there and you're not treating your women the right way, and you don't know how, tune in next Tuesday. Tuesday night. Actually, no, Salakia. Monday night.
Monday,
Next
Monday
Monday.
night.
Absolutely, that's
Mhm.
right. Monday night. Tune in next Monday night. We'll dialogue with the brothers and the sisters and go through some scriptures and see what the Most High has to say. Um, about walking upright and being a man. And like Chaziel was saying, Cap was saying, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, if you're a Christian, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, if you don't believe
Right.
in God at all. There's still a moral compass on how a man is supposed to deal with a woman. We just take it from a Hebrew perspective because that's the way we walk. We like the way the Bible steers our moral compass and keeps us upright, keeps us transparent before not only the Most High, but before our wives.
That's
So we're
right.
both speaking from experience. We're not talking about something that we don't know. So if you're
Absolutely.
interested, do us a great favor. Tonight is our um, start of this broadcast of dealing with relationships. We're going to be dealing with, men and women relationships, men and men relationships, women and women, children. We're going to deal with all the dynamics of relationship because we believe as our people that we need to be healed. We need to start having nurturing relationships, which will breed better homes, which will breed better environments to raise our children in as they grow older. They will be nurtured in the way that they were supposed to be. And I believe it starts with us. This is an individual walk, but we have been placed in a society of dealing with each other. And I think it's about time we talk about these issues and bring them to the forefront. Um, Cap, you got anything to say?
Yeah. Uh, I think what we got, what we don't have enough of in our nation is cold, hard, tough love.
Yeah,
We don't get
absolutely.
enough of that, man, because too many times people talk around the issues. They don't want to deal with it. Other people don't want you to approach them on anything. Even the women, and sisters, we're going to be dealing with y'all too. This
Yeah, Con.
isn't, this isn't just specifically only for men, but it starts here with the men, and the men have to be the ones to lead. And for
Absolutely.
the men to lead, they have to lead right. And for them to lead right, they have to lead with the right moral compass. And even if you don't agree with our moral compass, you got to have one in your relationship. There's only one way to build up a family, and that's with structure and order.
Right, right.
You got to have structure and order. Even the military knows that. They build everything with structure and order.
Yeah,
And this is all we're talking about is structure and order. The only way to build up a nation is with structure and order, and our people have been completely torn down, as you can just see. That shows like this, Maury, Jerry Springer, the fake Jews shows, they get on here and they make a mockery out of our people and make billions of dollars, and simply off of our people's destruction. And we can fix ourselves. We're here to fix our people. It's gonna be tough love. Some of y'all ain't gonna want to hear it. It ain't gonna sound nice. It ain't smooth words that you're gonna hear in the Christian church. It's like bad medicine, but it'll heal you. And we're here to give you the truth. Okay. And if the success level and our goal here in success is not dating, it's marriage. It's marriage. Okay. When you start talking about a man being with a woman, the success of that is marriage. The success of a woman being with a man is marriage. Okay. If you're going to be friends, just be friends. Ain't nothing wrong with being friends. Let it be that. Friends with benefits? No, that means you married. You playing like married folks? Well, guess what? You're not playing. You're married. A lot of y'all ain't going to want to hear that because you want to do what you want to do because you don't have a moral compass. We got to change our thinking. And sisters, this is what you got to look at with these men. You got to look at these men. Are they trying to lead you to marriage? Or are they just trying to lead you to the bedroom? Because I promise you this, whatever you see him doing now, before you lay with him, he's not showing you anything that he's going to show you later. He's showing you exactly who he is right now. My wife knew who I was before we laid down together, the same way she knew who I was after we were married. She knew. She knew what she was getting because I didn't sell her no wolf tickets, Abe. I didn't sell her no wolf tickets. I didn't sell her no dream. We were very upfront about how we're going to do things, and and that's the problem nowadays with society, that men do not want to be upfront about who they are and how they're approaching that relationship with you. And that's the whole point. And that's the problem with a lot of the situations that we have in with our people and our relationships. This is the standard that needs to be set. Okay. And when you're dealing with us, this is what you're going to deal with. You're going to get a spiritual perspective, because when you connect with a woman, you're connecting with her spiritually. So there's no way for you to spiritually be connected with a woman and not understand the spiritual rules that come along with that. You can't function that way. That's called dysfunction. Okay. Do y'all know the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Are you insane? You got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you insane? I had to back in the day. I had to face the facts. That's when I made a change. And that's what we all got to do. We all got to face those facts. Okay. Abe, you got anything in closing? Mm-hmm. That's right. It's insanity. You got anything in closing up?
No, no. I mean, it was self-explanatory tonight. Again, we thank you for tuning in to Kingdom Israel United Worldwide. Tonight, we're talking about: is he leading you in the right way, or is he leading you into hell? Do us a favor tonight and like, share, and subscribe as we begin to build this audience up for a Monday and Thursday night conversation about relationships. I think that it's real important. We hear about a lot of different things. Walking in the truth, adhering to the content of the Bible, obeying the commandments, and doing other things. Salakia family, yeah. And it's important that we understand that relationships are all a part of that. The Most High made male and female, so it's important to get to understand how we're supposed to deal with each other. And one of the things that's important is that we believe we got it right. You believe you got it right. So how are we going to find out what's really right and meet in the middle? I think that we need to find the outside source, the one that made us, and go back and deal with relationships the way that he said that we should. And
That's
that's
right. That's right. That's the answer, brother. That is the answer. Hey, look, I appreciate everybody for joining us on this Thursday night broadcast. I love each and every one of y'all. Again, if you guys got any questions or anything, please leave them in the chat. We'll be broadcasting the top 10% again on Monday. And as always, we have Friday night Bible study, Saturday and Tuesday Bible study. If you want to work on your moral compass, you want to get some understanding with scripture, please feel free to reach out to us. But Mondays and Thursdays, we are going to be dealing specifically with relationships. So I thank everybody for tuning in. I thank my co-host, Abraham Yasharala, as always. I'm Shazael Ra, and I want to say good night. All praise be to the Most High. Shalom.
all praise to the Most High. Shalom.